Hello?
Sorry about you again.
No, it's fine.
Okay, this is my concern. Because Cheryl, she's just always more private and more prideful in the fact that she doesn't want to bother anybody or anything like that. So I guess she had some other seizures while she was out here, according to Princeton. But, they just kind of went over. She didn't say anything about that to me.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I know, this is her first one.
Yeah.
But, so in the past, when she said she had seizures, now I know she does have some memory problems, but it's like, it is memory problems that mostly like bother her, but not like, you know, like not a super concern where she doesn't, like where we have to babysit her or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only time that I've ever heard about her not being able to recover her memory right away is when she went to the hospital that other time. And then now this time they're saying the hospital thing. So I'm just wondering, how often is she having these, when you guys are at home and stuff, is this a normal occurrence or how often does this usually happen?
No, before Cheryl moved out there, I found out she was trying to wean herself off of her meds. I don't know why she's trying to do that without looking into other meds or other type of treatments, but she's been doing that lately. Just like she's been making a lot of poor decisions lately, which led to why we separated. Like for example, she just quit working and didn't tell nobody. Um, and that led to her not being able to have insurance, and she didn't try to get Medicaid so she can get her meds. So I don't know what she's doing. Um, she seems to have lost like all kinds of motivation for whatever. I don't know if it's life, whatever. Um, but that's just from what I've seen and from what
Okay, no, but did you notice more seizures or less seizures? Like, how often usually do the seizures come?
She only had seizures when she was asleep, but then they started coming while she was awake because she stopped taking her meds, and that was only once in the past few months. So now
because I think that medication makes her maybe feel funny or something. Because even now they're like, oh, she's having a hard time regaining her memory. Well, if she usually has seizures, and we don't normally see her having a hard time regaining her memory, something's wrong. Like what they're doing is not working.
It's not what they doing, it's what Cheryl's not doing. Because Cheryl wasn't keeping up on her meds and preventing the seizures are causing more damage.
Do you know what triggers a seizure? I know you said she was getting them in her sleep.
She has a cavernous hemangioma.
No, I mean like I've been telling her about sugar. My personal opinion, I think it's a bad idea for
it ain't none of that. It's none of that. She has a cavernous hemangioma that is causing a lot of pressure in her brain, and that's what's causing the seizures. It has nothing to do with her food or diet or none of that. She even tries to say that, but she's wrong. It's a cavernous hemangioma, and it has a lot of pressure on her brain. That is the problem.
Well, the other problem is that nobody knows about this. So.
Who's nobody?
Specialists.
What do you mean specialists?
Like right now?
We went and saw doctors for this. We went and saw We saw doctors for this. So I already told them that they can't do surgery because that's already out of the question. That's what she chose not to do.
Right. She didn't want to have that. But also it's like when people look at this for the first time, they're going to freak out. Because it's not something that they, she's almost like a medical unicorn. Get out. Get in. Go back there. Sorry about that. It's almost like she's a medical unicorn because the first thing they're going to wonder is with the bleed that big, how is she able to do stuff? We don't know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be one of those things that most people haven't seen this type of thing. So that's why I wanted you to talk to them because basically when you have those situations, as you know, you may have to educate the medical people.
Yeah.
So I was very worried about them giving her any kind of medication that should make her react funny. And then with me, her, my mom, my sisters were very sensitive to medication. Very. I don't take no medication at all because if I do, it's like right away I can feel it. And so I didn't want them giving her too much. Because when I talked to her, she seemed like, although she couldn't respond as fast as she wanted to, I could tell she knew who I was, and I had kind of made a joke of something that's not a joke, but I told her because it's the coronavirus is here, I said, I'm not going to be able to visit you, and she started laughing, she started cracking up, and I know what she was thinking. Great, at all the times I get sick, so I kind of knew she was thinking, but if the doctors and stuff don't know her, they might think she's, non-responsive like they were saying.
Right.
So did you have any concerns about the medication, or from your perspective? I know you guys had to talk about this and stuff, but from your perspective, were you okay with the medication, or did you ever have any problems that you didn't like it?
That she was taking?
Just anything that happened. I know you know a little bit about medication, like their side effects and blah blah blah.
Well, side effects only last so long. Depends on the medication you're taking. The side effects only last so long until your body get used to it and adjusts to it. But she's never came to me after all the years that she's been taking it that it was bothering her. The only thing I really got out of it is that Cheryl doesn't like taking she doesn't like the feeling that she has to take these meds permanently.
So we are really a no medication family. I mean, I don't know if you noticed.
Well, that's
more pain, but usually we don't even take medicine for pain.
Well, that's all fine and dandy, but that's more like this is something on a different level. So, if you're willing to risk your life because you don't want to take a med, then that's his poor, stupid decision.
Well, I don't think that's why it is.
And on top of that, I'm not saying that is, but On top of that, you know, she also needs to think about others that she's affecting by this. Not only that, she's not even helping Princeton to help her. And
Well, see, and this is what I was
so
trying to
depending on what
say is,
he's been going through, how we know what he ain't traumatized from what he's been seeing? Because he told me he had to look it up to see what was going on with her.
yeah, I just talked to him. Matter of fact, we're going to have a talk with everybody because, you know, and it is hard when you have a disability is basically what it is. It's hard when you have a disability. You don't want people to feel sorry for you and this kind of thing. I understand that. Here, will you put that in there for me? But this is the thing, like you just mentioned. You're absolutely right, is we've got little guys here. So they need to know the protocol. Like last night, that's fine if they have to take her into the ER, but I want Princeton to know he should come over here with us. That's what I'm here for. That's why she moved out here so I could be here. So now I feel really bad that I wasn't there. That he had to call you all the way in Colorado, so I'm going to have
He
to
didn't
sit
call
down
me.
with the guys.
He didn't call me. Cheryl wasn't answering my calls for the past 3 to 4 days. And then when
I haven't talked to her either.
And then when she did answer her call, she didn't sound right. And she never returned my my text messages. So last night I saw Princeton was online, and that's when I jumped online on the Xbox and asked him where his mom was. And right then and there, I heard her in the background having a seizure. And
I haven't talked to her either for a couple of days.
And that's when he told me she's been having a lot of them, and I asked him how many. He said 3 to 4 a day or more, and that's when I told him to call the ambulance.
Yeah, she hasn't told me anything either. So it's not just you. I don't know why she didn't want to share this information, but I'm like shocked because that's 3:30 in the morning. I don't even answer calls that I don't know, especially at 3:30 in the morning. But for some reason I answered, and the CPS lady totally, freaked me out because she's like, CPS, like, is that your sister? And I'm like, what the hell? So I was trying to figure out why Princeton didn't call us first. So I guess he didn't know how to get my number in the phone. So anyway, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to talk to the little kids.
He didn't know anything. He didn't know how to address, how to get it to the 911 lady. He didn't know anything.
He didn't know any of that, so we hadn't prepped them. And if I would have known, then I would have been able to help. But I thought she just wanted her space or something like that. Because again, she hasn't really been open. Like, I do know she has the brain bleed, but she hasn't been as forthcoming with information. And you know how Cheryl is. Like, I don't like to, if I keep asking, she kind of shuts down a little bit. I want her to do it on her own time more.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to address this, but maybe she did need to go in. Because if there's that many seizures or whatever the case, maybe they have to take a look. Maybe something's going on. Because I had asked him what was different with this time. So now I know. So you called him. Yeah. I was wondering what had been different, why he had, because they haven't said anything about any seizures at all. I did not know any. She has not told me about one single one that she's had out here at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I can only do what I can do if I know about it. If I didn't know about it.
And Princeton's never seen one until now.
Did you get a chance to call back over there?
Not yet. I was going to give him a little bit of time.
And these CPS people are being ridiculous. I think the reason they want me to go take these fingerprints and all this other stuff, and then the paper that they had me sign says that I will not release Princeton or him or anybody until they've checked you guys out. No, that's like bullshit. That's not what we're trying to do here. The only reason why I have Princeton is because his mom's in the hospital. So I'm trying to get that cleared up so that you guys don't have to worry about that part of it. And so he's good. He's over here. He doesn't have his clothes and stuff, but as soon as I talk to Cheryl, I'll figure out about the, but I don't know how many days she's going to be there.
They just told me right now for one.
What they said?
They just said overnight.
Oh, another night?
Yeah.
Because don't they have to get in contact with her original doctors before they do anything? Or, I don't know, you were with her in the emergency room before, so I don't know much about this. Is that how it worked before? Or they treat her and then she has to get in touch with her doctor later?
Well, it depends on the matter of emergency. If it's an emergency, then they're not going to ask anybody. They're just going to save her life. But they did ask me if she has any, what is it, second objectives or whatever, which is, resuscitation and all that shit. I told him, yeah, you know, you got permission to resuscitate, you got permission to take MRIs and X-rays, but you don't have permission to do surgery. So,
Right.
um,
And I was gonna try to get in the house to see if I can find her medication because they were wondering what medication. I guess there's several. I don't know much about medication,
there
so
is,
that I'm like lost on that
and
too.
she got rid of her bottles out here, so I couldn't find the damn bottles to tell them which one she has. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any kind of like history on your prescriptions? Like if you call Walgreens or something?
They won't give me that information. They'll only give it to her, but she does. She can call them and get it, but they're not going to give it to me or you. The doctor can call, but again, they're not going to give it to me or you. It's just because of HIPAA.
Yeah, I know. That makes it incredibly frustrating because that's her sister. I am kind of from next of kin, but not exactly. It would be my mom, and then you, and then me.
Right.
So I think that's why the lady was so hesitant with the CPS thing. But they were trying to take him into custody, and I was like, no, because I don't know when she'll get out or anything. I'm not going to go through all of that. So I told the lady I'll walk to go get the fingerprints if I have to. But that's ridiculous. It's like, ma'am. So I'm trying to get a hold of them. I can't get a hold of anybody. So as soon as I do, I'll make sure to give them your number because she gave me a number, but it was the wrong number. So I know they're going to want to talk to you anyway.
All right.
As their dad. So I'll just keep trying that on my end.
All right.
Okay, BJ. All right. Well, I'll call you back then.
All right.
Okay.
Bye. That's the cause of seizure. If not her diet, not in the slightest, she has an injury. Diet ain't shit for this. Diet ain't cause. If she's a diabetic, if she was, had other kind of like issues besides a brain injury, that is a cavernous hemangioma, which is a tumor, a blood vessel tumor, basically a blood vessel tumor on the brain. It's causing massive amount of pressure. injury on the brain. It's not her diet, it's none of that. She has a lot of pressure on the brain, and that's what's causing her seizures. I don't know why she continues to think that, but she's wrong. She does her own shit and she doesn't listen. You tell her it's not her diet. It's not your diet. When will you start listening to me, yo? Huh? When will you stop thinking you know everything and going with what you think is best, because you're not making good decisions at all, yo. Like, stop. Fuck, dude. It's like she's just gotten unmotivated, completely unmotivated, yo. My relationship troubles because you refuse to listen to anything I have to say. It's like what I say does not matter to you. Man, fuck 5 hours, nigga. Whatever, G. Some fucking shit, yo. It's fucking bullshit.